So let me get this straight. Tabuu, a godlike entity known as the embodiment of subspace, got sick of all the amiibo shortages and resolved to complete his collection by cutting the world of trophies into pieces and dragging them into his domain. Terrifying. Since Tabuu had a bad internet connection, he couldn't interact with the world of trophies directly, which led him to forcing Master Hand, one of the most powerful beings in the world, to enlist Ganondorf, Bowser, and Wario. These three were then ordered to hunt down talented fighters using the Dark Cannon, which possessed the ability to turn said fighters into trophies, granted the shots actually landed. Tabuu knew he couldn't bring the world to its knees with just these guys, which is why he used Mr. Game & Watch's body mass to create an incredible number of shadow bugs to form the Subspace Army. At the end of the day though, these troops weren't the most mobile creatures, which is why Tabuu needed a ship. Not that one. That's more like it. After making Meta Knight's tier list placement seem like a joke, Tabuu took hold of the halberd and deployed his subspace army to a place he's had his brow on for a while, the Isle of Ancients. This island had advanced technology which would prove incredibly useful. It was also home to a group of robots isolated from the rest of the world. They all hailed their leader the Master Robot, which made it pitifully easy for Tabuu to control them, as all it took was a threat of mass annihilation for the Master Robot to reluctantly obey. It's at this point where Tabuu orders mass production of subspace bombs, which are weapons of mass destruction capable of swallowing up chunks of the world into subspace. Now all he needs to do is set off all the subspace bombs at once to make a hole big enough for his subspace gunships to devour the rest of the world, and that's game. He set up preemptive measures for opposition by gathering powerful minions and equipping them with a one-shot KO weapon, created an army that can transform into the opposition in case they're stronger than expected, got a hold of a huge ship to transport his army, and forced an island of inhabitants to develop what would lead into this final phase of his plan. Everything's under control. Is he going for a speedrun in the world domination category or what? Anyways, time to lay back and watch as the world of trophies is no more. Is that the halberd that he captured a bit ago? Why is it flying directly? Who cares? Don't need it anyways. Just shoot it down. Everything's under... What? No problem. Nope, no problem here. Everything's under control. Flood the sky with lasers. Just gotta land one of these shots, right? Right? What is that? What's that? It's okay. It doesn't look nearly as strong as the... Oh no, that wasn't supposed to. Well, those poor fools, they went right into his lair. Everything's still under control. Oh, you're approaching him, Ganondorf? Okay, well, there goes that. Didn't expect much, to be quite honest. Oh, Master Hand, maybe you'll stand more of a chance. Let's see what you're made of. Disappointment. You are made of disappointment. Is there anyone that can stand up to Tabuu? I guess everyone. At this point, I'm just gonna be honest. Tabuu's getting really salty that his plans didn't work out exactly as he wanted them to, but he'll compromise because, hey, he collected the amiibo he's been missing out on and now has all the time in the world to achieve his goals. Everything's under control. What? What's happening here? What's happening here? The reviving? Oh, whatever. He's too far away for them to... What? Why did Tabuu create stairs for them to use? Beautiful craftsmanship, but still! Actually, now that I think about it, he created a huge deadly maze full of life-threatening bosses and obstacles, so the chances of these heroes actually making it to Tabuu are pretty slim. They're at Tabuu, what do you know? Alright, Tabuu, just do the thing you did before. There you go, you've got everything under control.